Science with Danny. So, some of you already know that I am now offering laser tattoo removal. And it comes with questions like, how well does it work? How many sessions do I need? And I've had sessions before which didn't seem to do a lot. What's different now? The truth is, there is a lot of difference. Technology has come a long way, but it also does depend on the machine. Some are good, some are not so good. It does also come with some misconceptions. So I'm going to try and clear some of them up today. Yes, it might seem like I'm trying to teach a 5th grade student. 5th grade? Where the fuck am I? British? But that is because I have an IQ of 9.5. So here we have 3 layers. We have the epidermis, is the top layer. The dermis, which is where the ink sits. So as you can, the epidermis is super thin. So you can see it in the dermis in there. It kind of looks like this. So you can see the ink in the dermis layer through the epidermis. And then the bottom layer, this yellow layer here, is like the fatty tissue, the subcutaneous layer, like it's called the hypodermis. If the ink goes through here and into this yellow tissue, that's when you get like blowouts and it spreads quite bad and stuff like that. So it's our job as tattoo artists to try and limit that as much as we can. And it kind of looks like this in a very simple, nice simple drawing there. Lots of tiny little particles, just floating around, kind of doing their thing, looking like ink. And when we laser, a very concentrated high power beam of light, looking like this, goes through all the particles and destroys them, okay? And kind of makes them look a little bit like this. Yeah. Breaks them all up into teeny little particles, a lot smaller. And what it does is kind of kicks them out the bottom end, like that, into the, can you see that? Into the fatty tissue, the hypodermis, makes them much smaller so that your white blood cells can come along and kind of grab hold of them. See, look at him. Is he not really cool? So he comes along and he is able to grab those particles now because they're much smaller, whereas before they were too big for him to carry. So he couldn't get them through this cell wall. This cell wall, this line here is a cell wall, and it has tiny little holes in it. So your macrophages can go in, they can get hold of foreign bodies and stuff, and they can pull them back out, take them to your lymph nodes, clean them out, and then you flush them, get rid of them, and they go to the exit, okay? So the laser, because it's broken down these particles now, he is now able to do his job. Whereas before, he couldn't, okay? So when we kind of look at this here, let's just say for argument's sake, this is 1 session. And this is what it does the first time round. Now, on the surface, from sort of up here, you can still see a lot of the ink. So you will still see the ink. But what's happening is underneath, below the surface, below where our eyes can see, your body is doing its job. Your immune system is doing its job. It's just we can't see a lot of it. So then after, 2 sessions, it starts to kind of break down even more. Let's do this. And, 2 sessions kind of breaks down more, and then 3 sessions, and then 4 sessions, and then 5 sessions, or whatever whatever it needs. And after some time, it starts to look like this, and everything is starting to disappear. Yes, it does usually take a few sessions. It won't happen on the first time. It never does, very rarely. And it's not always guaranteed, but that is the very basic explanation of how laser should work. Hope that helps.